It has been a bit of a wait. I'm sorry, guys. It's been like almost 3 months, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day today. Anyways, I've been doing a lot of thinking. When it comes to gaming, I think for the most part we can agree that it's in a pretty good state right now. I mean, if you look at it from a whole, we've had releases like Elden Ring and God of War in the last year, and obviously those have been two of the biggest games in the last few years. I wanted to focus on a kind of more subdivision of gaming though, and this is like the FPS and shooter side of gaming. And looking at this, it is just perfectly fine. It's a perfect, functional side of gaming. There's nothing wrong with it. There's games that are new and fresh. When the Battle Royale craze was on the rise, we had games like, of course we had early games like H1Z1, and those were really popular games, those were nice, but then we had stuff like PUBG and Fortnite, and those all had their rise and their somewhat fall, if you will. I think both games are still going decently strong to this day, especially Fortnite. There was the rise and fall of many games that people liked for like a few months and then they died off, games like Splitgate, Rogue Company, Realm Royale, for those who can remember that, but these games all had their time and their place, and I'm sure they still have player bases, but there's just not a whole lot going on. Then of course you have your Warzones, your Apex Legends, and Fortnite still to this day. And I'd say for the casual gamer, Modern Warfare 2 isn't really a bad game, but for those who were kind of expecting something different and a lot more from the game, are probably going to be more disappointed. I will say though, on a side note, I don't think Warzone 2 is as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. I actually think Warzone 2 is really good, and nostalgia does blind a lot of people to Warzone 1's greatness. I do think Warzone 2 is a really strong competitor to 1 though, but you know, whatever. I'll talk about that some other time. But take a look at all the games out right now, and there just hasn't been anything new, anything really fresh. It's all felt really stale, and the things that have come out are still have their player bases. Of course, games like Apex found a little bit of a home for themselves in the competitive market. Games like Fortnite still going with their player base. But there's just not a whole lot of new stuff coming out. Like, there's just not a lot of freshness in the market. In late 2021, Dr. Disrespect announced the gaming studio Midnight Society that he would be creating. And they announced that they would be working on a new game, a vertical extraction shooter, which is something that they're saying is like a very new thing. We obviously haven't seen anything like it before. We still don't really know what it is. We kind of have a decent idea of it, and through explanations through the company and everything, we kind of have a decent idea of it. And in 2022, in July, they announced their game Dead-Drop, and also released a lot of gameplay and playable game of it that you can actually play right now. Introducing Dead-Drop, a vertical extraction shooter that's supposed to have a sort of Escape from Tarkov / Call of Duty sort of feel to it. Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect, has worked with Infinity Ward before, and it used to work for Call of Duty to make many games and different maps on games like Advanced Warfare. And he partnered up with former colleagues at companies like Halo and Activision. And I think why a lot of people are excited is because these aren't just some no-name people making this game. Doc's been a long-time gaming creator, streamer, one of the most popular of all time, and a lot of people who at least watch him or at least know of him know of his extensive video game knowledge and always his critical design critiques for games that he plays.
Put that again! The game's built for 7th graders. You don't do my ball! Where are my f***ing bullets at?
And why I myself am really excited for the game is because it just like feels like something new. It feels like the people creating the game are actually fans of their own game. Like they're really trying to do something good here. It's not just some sort of company putting some, you know, schedulely yearly release crap out for them to just post every year. Now enough talking about the game, and let's take a look at some gameplay. Obviously I don't own a PC, I'm not that rich. I own an Xbox, so I can still play some games on it, but I can't play Dead-Drop. But what's really cool about Dead-Drop is you can actually go to the Midnight Society website and you can just play the game. The main reason I'm really excited for Dead-Drop is because it's such an open process of development. The company Midnight Society is now going through 4 snapshots, which in each snapshot they have had a detailed presentation on YouTube with detailed pretty much everything they've gone over in the new patches, and they're showing their progress and updating of the game. I've tried to tune into most of these since I've been following the game pretty closely since it was announced, but Snapshot 4 was the most recent one, and when I look at it, like, I'm actually not even joking, like it actually looks really well put together. So far it's a little bit hard to critique the game because they're in such an early state of development, but I will say that they've improved on so many movement aspects, looting, the whole game just looks so clean for just an early stage a year into development. And for anybody who hasn't seen the game, I would recommend it, or you have a PC, I don't know man, just go download it and play it. Like there's a lot of open stuff that you can go ahead and play. A lot of feedback is included with that too. It seems like they're really taking a departure from the normal creation of a game, and they're really going into the community and creator aspect of it. Providing feedback to the creators makes for a lot better gaming experience. Because when you look at companies like Call of Duty and stuff producing these big FPS shooter games every year, there's just so much disconnect between the actual like creators and the actual community of the game. Because if you go on Twitter for like half a second, you see half the people are suggesting changes, or they just freaking hate the game because it's in a bad state right now. But the creators aren't going to actually make an effort to change it because they don't want to, or I don't even know, man. Like this game you're watching right now, it's got the most devs in Call of Duty history. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys like a quick update on some games I'm excited for, because I think this one actually has potential to be really cool. It's in such an early state of development, but I think that more people need to realize like how good this game could possibly be. And obviously slightly skeptical of it being a AAA studio at first, but looking at Dead-Drop now, I think it's safe to say it's a quality game in the making. Alright, that's about all I got. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry I've been gone for like 3 months. School's busy, moved into a new house, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully gonna try to bring some more videos out. Appreciate everybody who watched though. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.